Good morning. My name is Olivia, and this is my review on Magic for the Resistance. If you are an OG and you've been here a while, then you will know that I have actually done a review on this book before, but this book is being re-released, and also look at this cover. So of course I had to match the occasion with some red lipstick because apparently Hitler hated it, and a lot of American women would wear red lipstick in the 40s in order to show their sign of patriotism. Just a pretty little middle finger to fascism and all of Hitler's supporters. As well as these amazing earrings by Topple and Burn Jewelry, which I will link down below. This video is not sponsored, nor did I get these earrings for free. I did get this book though, and I loved this book the first time I read it, and especially now, even better. So this author, Michael M. Hughes, is the original creator of the very famous Trump binding. Originally, when this book came out, it was during Trump's first term, which explains why it was re-edited, revamped, things added, and is making a reappearance now. Where are my f***ing notes? First off, I love that the book is great for beginners. So even if you are still starting out, you still can implement and do a lot of these spells and these rituals in this book. There is also a section in the book that kind of answers, okay, well, do I have to believe in this stuff in order to do any of this? And the answer is no. The fact that you're doing it with intention is more than enough. So even if you feel powerless and you want to be doing something, this is a good place to start as well. We have to keep in mind while reading this book, or while practicing at all, the practice of magic, and folk magic specifically, came from a place of need. And most of our practices, knowledge, and very famous spells that you know of came from marginalized and oppressed groups. So using your knowledge and your practice for the resistance is the perfect way to be implementing this. This is not a love and light book, but for those of you who are uncomfortable with things like hexing or binding or anything on the more baneful side, there are still spells and rituals that you can still do that are still powerful and still very helpful for you and your community. It also offers spells and tricks and ideas for defensive magic, so it's not really you playing offense, but it is something that is a little bit more on the intense side for protections. Going into that a little deeper, there is a lot of practical magic and guerrilla magic, kind of like on the go and just in the field, not something that you're prepping and doing at your altar continuously, on how to better support all of those people and all of the communities that are more vulnerable that are around you. There are rituals for bigger aspects and bigger endeavors, things that are less localized, but there's also a lot of spells and rituals that really hone in all of the energy for all of your neighbors and all of the people that are localized and near you. Small businesses, friends, family, just the people who are the most vulnerable right now. Some of the spells in this book include the Donald Trump binding, hands-off, laws-off ritual regarding Hecate and reproductive rights, a candidate boosting spell, a new and updated version of Fuck the Fascist curse, and a Share the Wealth spell, which would be a great spell for anybody who is out of a job or for mutual aid. No matter what your practice looks like, there is a spell for everybody in here. So even if you aren't wanting to do something that is super intense or super baneful, there are spells in there. There are healing spells in here. There are wealth spells. There are obviously protection spells. Of course, if you are carrying a lot of rage and anger and frustration, then there are plenty of curses, bindings, and wards and protections that are a little spicier that you can direct that energy into. Thank you to Michael M. Hughes for putting out this book. This is a fantastic guide. I'll leave everything linked down below. It was sent to me by the publisher Crossed Prose Books. My opinion, one of my favorite publishers, because they do put out some really good value and also less fluff. There's not fluff of whatever they publish, and I really appreciate that. Again, I wasn't paid for this. I just think that this is a very important book and very important information, especially in our community, to share right now. Historically, also, cunning folk, magical people, witches, sorcerers, magicians, whatever you want to call yourself, that practice comes from a lineage of people who worked for their community. They are community servants. They are not the people who are at the top and have all the power. They are the people who serve the community, who protect the community. While adding magical aspects into it, your actions can be anything from contributing or setting up a mutual fund for the people around you, to holding classes of herbal knowledge, if that's something that you have, or teaching people how to cook, all the way to using any privileges that you have in order to support others that don't have those privileges. But it could also just look like cooking a meal for a friend who just got laid off. So with all of that said, I hope that you enjoyed. I hope that if you already have this first edition, It's fantastic. But you know, if you want to go ahead and get the second, I'll leave that down in the link below. You know where to find everything. I do have a Patreon if you are curious in getting any extra videos, extra content, weekly readings, meetup on Zoom every single month, exclusive sigils, Discord access, all of that good stuff. There's also a free option where you can kind of just keep in touch and chat with the community there. But as always, thank you so much for watching. Be kind to each other, and may your gods treat you as you've treated others. And fuck ice. Bye.
You can't keep me down. Me, I got roots that you can't rip out. I got oak blood, baby, baby, you can't keep me down. All of this pressure, put it in your battery, charge it up better. Something good is coming. When you feel like running, sing this song with me. Say, corporate fucks, they won't keep me down. Sex and gender won't keep me down. My disorder